Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever walked into a room and felt, well, completely invisible? You know that feeling, right? Like everyone else around you just inherently knows how to connect, but you are somehow stuck on the sidelines. It is a deeply frustrating feeling, watching other people effortlessly spark up conversations while you feel like part of the wallpaper. But here is what literally nobody tells you about those people who seem so naturally magnetic.
Here is the core truth we are unpacking today. Magnetism isn't innate. People are not just born with it. It is actually a strategy. So many of us struggle with this exact thing. We sit at coffee shops scrolling through our phones, kind of hiding behind our screens, secretly hoping someone will notice us and just start a chat. And when it doesn't happen, we automatically assume, well, I guess I'm just not interesting enough, or I'm not funny enough. But honestly, the problem isn't you at all.
So welcome to this explainer on how to make anyone want to talk to you first, without having to force anything or fake your confidence. Today, we're going to unpack 5 specific chronological techniques that magnetic people use to shift from completely invisible to entirely approachable. And I promise you, the very last technique we cover is going to absolutely challenge everything you thought you knew about social dynamics. We're going to walk through the exact timeline of a social interaction. First, the entrance. Second, the stance. Third, the engagement. Fourth, the lull. And finally, number 5, the internal state. Let's just get right into step 1.
Section 1. The entrance. You have exactly 3 seconds.
When you walk into any space, people are making a judgment about you instantly. Not in a few minutes, not after they've had a chance to hear your brilliant insights. Literally, in 3 seconds. Your entrance sets the baseline for every single interaction that follows. Think about the stark contrast between these two behaviors. On one hand, you have the defensive, invisible habit, looking down at a phone or staring at the floor. We often do this thinking we're being humble, but what you're actually doing is broadcasting a massive signal that screams, "Don't talk to me, I'm not available." On the flip side, you have the magnetic habit, walking in with your head level, not tilted up in arrogance, just level, scanning the room calmly like you actually belong there. That instantly signals confidence. And that brings us to the eyes. When you scan that room, you want to make brief 1-second eye contact with someone and just give a tiny smile or a subtle nod. That's it, nothing crazy. By doing this, you're signaling, hey, I see you, and I am friendly. You are opening a door. That tiny nod plants a little seed of approachability in their mind, so that later on they feel way more comfortable approaching you because, well, you've already broken the ice from across the room. To show you how incredibly well this works, our source material shares a great anecdote about testing this out at a bookstore. Instead of hiding behind the shelves and looking down, the author walked in, looked around naturally, made quick eye contact with a few people, and offered a slight smile. Within 10 minutes, someone walked right up and asked about the book they were holding. 10 minutes! That had never happened to them before. The key takeaway here? They stopped being invisible on purpose.
Section 2. The stance. Time to open up that body language.
So what happens after those first 3 seconds? Well, the truth is you can nail the entrance flawlessly, but you can easily ruin the whole shebang right after if you adopt a defensive stance. Why? Because your body talks way before your mouth does. The author learned this the hard way at a communication workshop. They stood at the front of the room with their hands shoved in their pockets, shoulders hunched forward, weight shifted to one leg. When the instructor asked the group for their impression, the feedback was brutal. They said the author looked closed off, nervous, and like they basically didn't want to be bothered. They weren't trying to project that at all, but their body was telling a completely different story. To fix this, the instructor taught a really simple 4-step physical transformation. 1. Take your hands out of your pockets. 2. Let your arms hang naturally at your sides, or just rest one on a table. 3. Pull your shoulders back just a little bit, not stiff like you're in the military, just open. And 4. Take a deep breath and deliberately relax your facial muscles. Look, it might feel a bit awkward at first, almost like you're acting. But when the author did this, the audience immediately said they looked approachable, confident, and safe. You can really feel the difference between someone hunched over a phone with crossed arms, which reads as busy and defensive, versus someone sitting with their chest open and arms visible, which reads as completely safe and welcoming. People can feel that defensive tension from across a cafe. If you apply this open posture at events, making sure your weight is balanced and you aren't hiding in a corner, people will literally start sitting next to you and including you in their conversations. You're actively preventing your body from accidentally pushing people away.
Section 3. The engagement. The actual art of interaction.
Let's say someone has walked up to you, or you've decided to break the ice yourself. What do you do now? Most of us think we need to be incredibly witty, right?
We think we need fantastic stories to keep someone's attention. So we get anxious, and we start preparing our next talking point in our head while the other person is still speaking. We're essentially just waiting for our turn to perform. But magnetic people do the exact opposite. They ask genuine questions. Not those surface-level interview questions like, "So, what do you do?" but things that show real, authentic curiosity about the human being standing right in front of them.
The author shares a story from a meetup where they sat next to a complete stranger. Instead of performing, they asked a really simple question. "What brought you here tonight?" The person started talking about a project they were working on. Now, instead of jumping in to relate it back to themselves, the author just asked, "What's the hardest part about that?" The person's face lit up and they said, "Finally, someone who actually gets it." They ended up talking for an hour and exchanged contact info. Why? Because asking that deep question made the person feel incredibly important and truly heard. You can replicate that exact success using this genuine curiosity formula. Ask real questions, listen intently, ask follow-up questions, react naturally, and above all, make them feel heard. Actually, scratch that, need to be the smartest or the funniest person in the room. You just need to care. People won't remember exactly what clever thing you said. They are going to remember exactly how you made them feel.
Section 4. The lull. The surprising power of silence.
Every conversation has a natural pause. And for those of us who feel socially anxious, this is terrifying. We believe this myth that to be a magnetic presence, we have to constantly keep talking and entertaining. We panic. But we need to dismantle that myth right now. I want you to experience something. I'm going to stop talking for a few seconds. Just sit with the silence. Notice that the world didn't end. That is the raw power of comfortable silence. Rushing to fill empty space with nervous chatter just makes you look desperate and anxious. Magnetic people, however, exist calmly in the silence. They do not panic. When you are completely comfortable with a pause in the conversation, it entirely removes the pressure from the other person. They don't feel like they have to entertain you, which makes them feel deeply relaxed and totally open around you. Our source shares a fantastic test of this at a library. The author sat reading quietly. They weren't forcing anything. They weren't looking around desperately for someone to notice them. They were just present, calm, and slightly smiling because they were enjoying a good book. Suddenly, a woman sat nearby and eventually leaned over to ask about the book, initiating a conversation completely unprompted. The author didn't do a single thing to make her talk. Just being present with a natural expression makes you approachable rather than needy.
Section 5. The internal state. This is the ultimate magnetism secret.
Okay, this is the big one. This is the absolute foundation that makes every single physical habit we've discussed today actually work. If you don't get this right, the rest kind of falls apart. People who feel invisible walk into a room and wait to be noticed. They stand there, literally measuring their entire self-worth by whether or not others choose to talk to them. It's an agonizing wait for external validation. But magnetic people, they flip the script entirely. They assume they belong. They don't wait for permission to exist in a space, and they don't need external validation to feel perfectly fine about being there.
When you assume you belong, you radiate a completely different energy. It's an energy that says, "I'm fine whether you talk to me or not, but I'm here and open if you want to." This specific, unbothered internal energy is exactly what draws people in. It naturally sparks their curiosity. You aren't vibrating with nervous neediness. You are securely anchored in your own comfort.
This all builds to a really beautiful paradox. To attract attention, you actually have to stop chasing it. When you give up that desperate need to perform for approval, people naturally want to give it to you. The moment you decide you're there simply to enjoy yourself and be present, you stop acting like someone trying to sneak into a VIP section, and you start acting like you own the club.
So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to take with you into your very next social interaction. Are you walking into the room waiting for permission to exist, or are you already comfortable just being there? Test this overarching mindset next time you go out. Combine it with the right entrance, an open stance, genuine curiosity, and comfortable silence. You might just be shocked by how quickly you stop being invisible. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.